So, we've all heard the saying, right? Silence is golden. But what if I told you that in a marriage, silence could be, well, the most dangerous sound of all? That's what we're digging into today. This really counterintuitive idea that a quiet house isn't always a peaceful one. Sometimes it's a huge warning sign.
Wow, I mean, that quote, it really hits you, doesn't it? It's pretty much the core of everything we're talking about. It completely flips the script. It's asking us to hear that quiet not as peace, but as a funeral song. Think about that. A quiet announcement that something incredibly precious in the marriage is actually dying.
Okay, so let's get right into our first section. We're going to talk about how to hear that quiet, not as a sign of contentment, but as this like piercing alarm bell that's screaming for our attention.
All right, this is where we really turn things on their head. You know how we're all kind of taught to think that noise, the arguing, the nagging, the complaining, that's the enemy, that's the problem? But what if that noise is actually a good sign, a sign of investment? It means someone still believes the marriage is worth fighting for. It's the silence that comes after all that, the emotional pulling away. That's the stage you really need to worry about. And this right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. This kind of silence isn't because she has nothing to say. Oh, no. It's the final language she uses when she's finally concluded that speaking is just pointless, that her words will never, ever be heard. It's the language of someone who has completely lost hope.
So you might be wondering, how does a relationship even get here? I mean, a person doesn't just wake up one morning and decide, that's it, I'm going silent. It doesn't work like that. As we're about to see, it's the final stop on a really long, really painful journey. So here's that journey mapped out. It's pretty heartbreaking. Look at step one. She speaks. She talks, she nags, she explains, she even fights because she still believes there's something worth fighting for. But then, step two, she's dismissed. Her feelings get labeled. You know the words. You're too sensitive. You're being dramatic. And after that happens enough times, we get to step three. She starts to feel foolish, just stupid for even trying to connect. And what's the inevitable tragic end? Step four, she goes silent. She just stops trying because she's learned that her voice, her feelings, they just don't matter anymore. And this quote, man, it just hammers the point home, doesn't it? When she stops talking, it's not the start of the problem. It's the sign that deep down, she has already given up. The hope that things could get better, it's gone.
Okay, so what does this silence actually look like in real life, day to day? This is so important to understand because honestly, it can be really deceiving. There's this huge gap between what you see on the outside and what's really happening on the inside.
And that's the tricky part, right? Because on the surface, everything can look totally normal. She's still cooking the meals, taking care of the kids, showing up to church.